Obama administration's increasing focus on drug-related violence in Mexico calls to rethink how the U.S. has fought the so-called war on drugs are growing louder. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton acknowledged last week that, quote, what we've been doing has not worked. But advocates of legalizing and regulating marijuana were dealt a blow when President Obama laughed off their question during the president's first live internet town hall on Thursday.
There was one question that was voted on that ranked fairly high, and that was whether legalizing marijuana would improve the economy and job creation. And I don't know what this says about the online audience, but I just want, I don't want people to think that this was a fairly popular question. We want to make sure that it was answered. The answer is no, I don't think that is a good strategy to grow our economy. So, all right.
Well, my next guest knows what it's like to be on the front lines of fighting the war on drugs in this country and doesn't think marijuana is a laughing matter. Norm Stamper is a 34-year police officer who retired as Seattle's chief of police in 2000. His successor, Gil Kurlikowski, has just been nominated to be President Obama's drug czar. But Norm Stamper supports legalization of marijuana. He's an advisory board member of the National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana Laws, known as NORML. He's a speaker for the 10,000-member Law Enforcement Against Prohibition. Norm Stamper is the author of Breaking Rank, a top cops expose of the dark side of American policing. And he's joining us now via video stream, joining us from the island on which he lives. In fact, Norm Stamper, where do you live?
I live on Orcas Island, which is in the San Juan Islands in Washington State.
Well, we thank you so much for being with us. Why do you support the legalization of marijuana? It may surprise many to hear that the former police chief of Seattle, who was in charge during the Battle of Seattle, supports normalizing marijuana.
I actually support the legalization of all drugs, and in fact, the more dangerous or sinister or sensationally reported the experience of certain drugs, the greater the justification for the government as opposed to drug cartels and street traffickers to regulate that commerce. There's been more harm done by the drug war than good. We have spent $1 trillion prosecuting that war since Richard Nixon proclaimed drugs public enemy #1 and declared all-out war on them. And what do we have to show for it? While rates can fluctuate, drugs are more readily available today at lower prices and higher levels of potency than ever before. So it's a colossal failure. And the only way to put these cartels out of business and to restore health and safety to our neighborhoods is to regulate that commerce as opposed to prohibiting it.